A very good morning, students. I hope you are doing fine and also doing your work side by side. This is Sonia Verma, your SST teacher from Springfields Public School. Let us continue with our chapter Major Landforms of Geography. We had done different agents of erosion and deposition. We had done which landforms were created by river, then by sea waves, and we had done moving ice, how U-shaped valley is created. Today we are going to continue with other landforms like cirque, tarn, glacial moraines, and also the landforms created by wind. So that day, children, we had seen in this picture how the glaciers they lead to creation of U-shaped valley. So these were the mountains, these were the different valleys, and the glacier, the river of ice, it is eroding the sides of this valley and it leads to the creation of a U-shaped valley. So this same side, due to its weight and due to the erosion done by it creates a kind of a depression, a kind of a hollow space here at the bottom of the mountain, and that hollow, this depression, armchair like depression, this is called a cirque. When the ice melts, this same space it is filled with water. You can see here after the melting of ice, this place it is filled with water. So when water is filled here, that lake is called a tarn, and that depression, armchair like depression, hollow space, this is called a cirque. In this picture, children, you are able to see very clearly this is the mountain. This whole erosion has been done by ice. It has become an armchair like hollow space. And when this hollow space it is filled with water, it forms a lake, and that lake is called a tarn. This whole depression, this whole round shape, this is called a cirque. Now the last landform created by ice we are going to do is glacial moraines. So what are glacial moraines? When this ice it starts melting, it is not able to carry whatever it was bringing along with it. The rocks, the sand, whatever it was bringing, it starts to deposit everything. And when those deposits they are visible on the floor, those deposits they are called glacial moraines. So those deposits they form glacial moraines. Now children, let us move on to the next agent of erosion, that is wind. So children, can you tell that in deserts where there is no river, no sea waves, no ice is there, so which is the agent of erosion working in deserts? That is the wind. So it is the most effective agent of erosion in deserts because there is no moisture. The rock fragments, the sand, it is lying loose on the surface of the desert. There is no vegetation also. So the wind it is blowing freely in the desert. This strong wind it carries with it a large amount of sand, dust particles and gravel. So these become the tools of erosion. The wind in the desert is able to erode only up till a few meters above the ground because whatever rock particles, sand it is carrying along with it is able to carry only up till a few meters above the ground. So near the ground, its work slows down due to friction with the surface. Therefore, the ideal height is about 25 centimeters to 75 centimeters above the ground. The wind erodes the lower part of the rock more than the upper part. It erodes the lower part of the rock more than the upper part. Such rocks which have a narrow base and a broad top, they are called mushroom rocks because they look like mushrooms. They have a narrow base and they have a very broad top. So the mushroom rocks, they were created by the erosion done by the wind. So when the speed of the wind, it starts to decline because of some obstruction, it can be vegetation, it can be trees, buildings. So it speeds, it declines, it slows down, and whatever it was carrying with it, it starts to deposit. And those fine dust particles, when they are deposited, they are called loess. Everything, whatever is deposited here, it is brought by the wind, and these are called loess deposits. So when the fine particles are deposited, they are called loess. When the coarse particles, a bit bigger particles are deposited and they form small hills, they are called sand dunes. So you can see the side in which the wind is blowing, the wind is blowing in this direction. So that side is called the windward side, and the slope of this side is gentle, while the other side, the opposite side, it is steep. The angle of slope is quite steep. The sand dunes, they keep on migrating slowly in the direction of the wind. So children, this is the end of this chapter. Do complete your chapter in your notebook also and take a thorough reading of this chapter and keep on learning your work side by side. Thank you. Have a nice day.